But LeBron is the greatest, the leading scorer of all time in NBA history. But I think even you would admit there's things about Kevin's game you wish you had.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the most smoothest, most efficient scorers maybe we've ever had. Like, is there anyone that can do it at every level?
Not to the capacity he's done it. And I was reading a stat earlier, the fact that he hasn't, I don't want to speak like you're not here, but you're so great. I like to do it sometimes.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
He hasn't shot under 50% since like 2012. And in a league that doesn't talk about efficiency enough, because I'm one of those efficiency guys. Like I hate going out there just chucking up shots or, looking at the box score and I was maybe 8 for 23 or 9 for 25 or 6 for 18. Like, you're gonna have those nights for sure.
Yeah.
But for the majority of the season, like, being efficient, is something I've always prided myself on. And this guy is, when it comes to 3-level score, 3-pointers, mid-range, below the Gary Payton area, below the Malone area, and finishing. It's we haven't had a scorer as equipped as KD in our league.
But LeBron is the greatest, the leading scorer of all time in NBA history. But I think even you would admit there's things about Kevin's game you wish you had.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the most smoothest, most efficient scorers maybe we've ever had. Like, is there anyone that can do it at every level?
Not to the capacity he's done it. And I was reading a stat earlier, the fact that he hasn't, I don't want to speak like you're not here, but you're so great. I like to do it sometimes.
Thank
like,
you, brother. Appreciate it.
He hasn't shot under 50% since like 2012. And in a league that doesn't talk about efficiency enough, because I'm one of those efficiency guys. Like, I hate going out there just chucking up shots or, looking at the box score and I was maybe 8 for 23 or 9 for 25 or 6 for 18. Like, you're gonna have those nights for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, add to it pick and roll, with the ball, without the ball, catch and go, transition with the ball, catch and shoot, off the move, pin downs, nail. Literally there isn't, I don't think, a spot, an action, or a style of play that you couldn't be yourself, be efficient in.
And is that something like, KD, like you, over the years, obviously, I've seen you continue to get better and like get better with your game. Like, when you first came in, you wasn't much of a pick and roll guy. Just a natural scorer, catch and goes, always had to bounce to your game, obviously. But I feel like over the last 5 to 7 years, you start handing the ball off pick and rolls, making decisions, making reads, and still being able to be the efficient ass scorer, the dynamic scorer you've been. Like, was that conscientious with you, or is it just like, I want to continue to expand my game?
I think wanting to expand my game. Early on when I came into the league, if I could think about my first 20 games in the league, I felt like I was just catching and shooting. A lot of it was catch and shoot threes, catch and shoot mid-range. I was playing fast.
So you felt it was happening so quick, you just felt comfortable rising up.
That's all that was my game, just shooting. You know what I'm saying, at that point. So that's what I, fell back on when nothing else worked. I get stopped. I'm not strong enough yet. Guy, hold me up. I'm just gonna shoot over you. And then I didn't shoot well my first 2 months, 3 months, maybe my first 6 months of the season. I think I started to figure out the pace of the game, understanding the pick and roll. I was getting more pin downs. And when I was coming off pick and rolls early in the season, I was just shooting. And then I'm looking at my teammates' faces. I'm like, damn, he was open. You know what I'm saying?
You prefer going left?
Now I do.
But you started going right?
Yeah.
But this is actually, that's interesting to me, right? Because it bothered you that you had one side that was weaker than the other. But statistically, he preferred, and prolific going left, but actually statistically as good or better going right.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes that's because people know you want to go left.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also proves, like, it's just a habit to go left. You just prefer, I used to play that way too. I play out of a hezzy to the left. I could still do it to the right, but I was just comfortable.
Do you feel like you got more leverage in your body going left for some reason?
It's
Why
like,
is that?
This is a weird one to say, but like when I was in the 10th grade, I sprained my left ankle. As a right-handed player, left-handed jumper, I didn't want to stop playing, so I played limping around for 6 months. That ankle's never quite been the same. So I think like pushing off my right became my de facto thing.
Yeah.
That summer I was like, I can't play this way anymore, where I just go all the way left and pull up right. And it bothered me, so I spent that summer saying like, I have to figure this movement pattern out, like left hard pull up. And it took a summer of like every day trying to get the footwork, the balance, the stability. That sounds like you kind of did that early in your career.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy you said that, because when I got to Golden State and we started working out more, you told me that. And it's always stuck in my mind that, like, yeah, the defense know if you're going left, most of the time you're going all the way to the cup. So that 1-2 dribble pull up going left has been a staple for me. But it's more so about the pickup of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Going left. Like, sometimes I try to pick the ball up right here like my normal shot. They swiping that down.
Right.
Instead of, we did this a lot too. I started, changing my pickups, and I'm shooting the ball this way now. So a lot of that stuff is just adjustments to how physical the defense was, and
I think I missed it by a layup, like one field goal.
Man,
right?
and that stings every time.
And I think earlier in my career I missed it. Like I shot 897 from the line, and you think back, it's like 1 or 2 free throws, and for a whole season.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So I don't think about the 4 times doing it. I think about the 2 times.
Yeah,
right there.
I think
you're
about
like,
that.
How many more times were you close to that you can remember off the top?
I think it was another time in Brooklyn where I was like 39% from the three going into the last game. I had to make like 4 out of 6. I was like 1 for 8. I was just, man. And I was thinking about it too. I wanted it so bad, and it's just like that's another part of the mental game.
Yeah.
You can get in your own way.
Yeah, for sure.
Thinking too much about stuff like that. So yeah, I remember that one time in Brooklyn. I think it was another time in OKC where I think it was the free throws I might have missed. I was like 88, 87 for the year. And
unite and didn't make shots. That's why you guys prepare the way you prepare. Take care. But I mean, there's a stat here, 2021-22, we were together. 58% from 3 to 10 feet, 58% from 10 to 16 feet, 16 feet to the three-point line, 71%. Unless the Googles are wrong.
That's crazy. I didn't know
71% from 16 to 3. Like that's
insane.
I didn't even realize
But
that.
10 to 16 at
that's
58?
that's not in an empty gym.
Right.
Like that's a lot of homework.
It's a few guys in our league. It's a few guys. Not a lot. It's a few guys in our league that you believe every time they shoot the ball is going in.
Right.
And KD's one of those guys.
That's a lot of pressure, boy.
No, it is. Listen, like when you shoot the ball, when Steph shoot the ball, if Steph get a look, you don't think he's gonna miss.
It's interesting you think about that Harden trade. It was kind of a decision of the salary cap. It's in Surge, kind of a stretch 4-5, James Harden, and James goes on to be one of the best players of all time.
Yeah.
How do you feel looking back? Like, I know it's easy now to be like, well, yeah, we lost James Harden.
It's a different era. I mean, I think after a team I think we exceeded expectations with that team. And when you reach the finals and you go through a run like that so quick, I don't think a GM or owner was ready for that. So you expecting a team that's 22, 23 to,
So you sped up the timeline too fast.
We sped up the timeline, all of us, each individual player. Serge, you didn't know, he came out of nowhere. He came out here being the best shot blocker in the league. I'm averaging 30 at 21 years old. Russell is 22 years old as an all-star. James, 6 man at 20. So we exceeded the timeline, so they wasn't ready for that.